All right. The guys that did not participate: Edgerrin Cooper, Romeo Dobbs, Luke Musgrave, Christian Watson, Devontae Wyatt, limited Shaw, Kenny Clark, Jay Ford, Elton Jenkins, Jordan Morgan, and Carrington Valentine.
What kept Romeo out today?
It was personal.
Do you expect him back tomorrow?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Any chance he wouldn't play or anything like that?
We'll take it one day at a time.
Has it been frustrating not getting any opportunities in the kick return game, and do you think that's just because of who you have back there returning?
I mean, that's the big reason why we haven't had many. Yeah, it is what it is, though. So a lot of guys can kick it out of the end zone.
Do you expect that to change when the weather changes?
I think it's all depends on who we're playing, how big of a factor is the weather, the wind, all that. So we'll see. I don't know.
I talked to you yesterday about Aaron Donald. What have you thought of the Rams pass rush?
Yeah, I think they do a really good job with some of their picks, their pick games up front, especially when they put some of they got some packages where they'll put 5 rushers out there on third down, and they do a really good job with that, creating a bunch of carnage up front.
And that rookie, Jared Verse, what have you seen from him?
Yeah, Jared's he's definitely shown up on tape. He's twitchy, he's violent, and he's relentless. And I think that's what you're looking for in those guys. I think he's going to continue to develop, and I would expect him to be a very, very good player for a long time in this league.
Matt, Kenny's had a lot of success against the Rams over his career here with the Packers. What have you seen from him so far this season?
I think it's a lot of it. I know there's been a lot of external talk in terms of how these guys have done as a pass rush. I think when you look at it, you know, especially in 2 of the games specifically, where we were worried about mobile quarterbacks and we're really trying to more just push the pocket, contain the quarterbacks. And when we've asked those guys to do that, I think they've done it at a high level because neither one of those guys really got, I'm talking the first 2 games of the year, really got out and hurt us with their legs. And then obviously we had a great game versus Tennessee in the pass rush. And I know last week there were some things that, you know, early on we were struggling with. But I thought as a unit, I always look at it as a unit, all 4 guys working as one. You know, I think we're going to continue to push them, and I bet we'll play much better this weekend.
Wasn't an adjustment for your ends to get chipped as much as they did by the Vikings?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think anytime you got guys on the perimeter that people are worried about, you're going to get chipped. And I think they're going back a game. The backs, when they were doing some of their play action fakes, were doing a good job internally and basically creating 3 double teams. You know, in terms of whoever had that one-on-one matchup inside, whether it was Kenny on a guard or center, the back was nudging him, and then so you essentially end up with 3 double teams, and you have one-on-one matchup that you got to try to win.
So if you only answered in that regard, then you got to send 5 or you got to send 6?
Yeah, there's different things you can do, certainly, but I do think that's one of the things that you can try to do to nullify that is, you know, whether you bring another guy outside where that chipper now has to pay attention to the guy coming off the edge or whatever it may be. But I think that's the name of our game nowadays. I think offenses are doing more and more of this, especially with all these elite pass rushers out there. You know, I know we do that all the time when we're going against really good units. Of using whether it's our tight ends or our backs, in some instances our receivers, to try to help solidify your pass protection. Because I mean, what good does it do you if your quarterback's on his back? He can't throw the football.
It's something you would expect McVay to copy a little bit.
Well, I'm sure they're going to do that.
Hey Matt, what did you think of the 4 games so far from Quay? It seems like he's kind of gotten better and more comfortable with each game.
Yeah, I would say exactly that. I think, you it takes some time when you're learning a new style of defense, and I think there's been a lot of things that he's done really well, and I'm sure there's some things that he certainly wants to improve upon, and I'm confident in the guy and the way he attacks it. I know no question about that. Quay loves football, and he does everything in his power to be at his best.
Everything okay with your team? You're not usually as late as you were today.
Yeah, we're good.
Did I miss Jordan on the injury report or receive full participation for that?
Jay Love, yes.
Yes, did I miss it? Yes.
I missed it too.
Mr. Unlimited now.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna say it.
You guys good?
Thanks, man.
All right, yeah.